Rage, it's only a thought. How modern society programs destructive anger for profit and control. Conclusion. Your fearless future. The greatest revolution in human history will not be fought with weapons or won through politics. It will be achieved when millions of individuals reclaim their emotional sovereignty and refuse to be rage batteries for industries that profit from their fury. The vision: life after rage programming. Imagine waking up tomorrow without artificial anger. Your phone doesn't trigger fury when you check it. The news doesn't make you rage about distant events you cannot control. Traffic doesn't transform you into an aggressive competitor fighting for road space. Your workplace doesn't program you with competitive hostility toward colleagues. Your purchases come from genuine needs rather than manufactured inadequacy. Imagine your mind belonging to you again. This isn't fantasy. This is the life that awaits you, and millions of others, when you implement the tools in this book. Sarah's story: complete liberation in 90 days. Sarah Martinez, 34, was trapped in every rage programming system we've exposed. She spent 4 hours daily consuming social media outrage. She watched 3 hours of news programming that kept her constantly angry about politics. She played mobile games that extracted $200 monthly through frustration mechanics. She commuted 2 hours daily through traffic that programmed daily road rage. She worked in a toxic corporate culture that made her compete against colleagues for artificial scarcity. She spent $3,400 monthly on consumer purchases driven by manufactured inadequacy. Sarah was generating massive profits for the rage manufacturing complex while destroying her mental health, relationships, and financial security. Day 1. Recognition. Sarah began tracking her rage episodes and discovered she experienced artificial anger 47 times daily. She calculated that rage programming was extracting $4,200 monthly from her budget and consuming 8.5 hours daily of her time. She realized her entire life was organized around feeding the industries that programmed her fury. Day 30. Interruption mastery. Sarah learned to recognize and interrupt rage programming within 30 seconds of activation. Her daily rage episodes dropped from 47 to 12. She began experiencing periods of genuine calm that she hadn't felt in years. Her family noticed the change immediately. Sarah was present during conversations instead of constantly checking her phone for outrage updates. Day 60. Elimination and immunity. Sarah eliminated her major rage programming sources. She deleted social media apps that triggered outrage. She stopped watching news programming designed to keep her angry and afraid. She quit the mobile games that extracted money through frustration. She negotiated remote work to eliminate traffic rage programming. She set boundaries with her toxic workplace culture. Day 90. Liberation achievement. Sarah experienced complete emotional sovereignty. She made decisions based on her authentic values rather than programmed reactions. Her relationships deepened because she was emotionally present rather than chronically angry. Her productivity increased because her mental energy wasn't being drained by artificial rage. She saved $3,200 monthly by eliminating inadequacy-driven purchases. Sarah's transformation results: mental health, anxiety and depression symptoms eliminated without medication. Relationships, marriage satisfaction increased 340%. Friendships deepened significantly. Career, promoted twice due to improved focus and collaborative leadership. Finances, eliminated $47,000 in consumer debt, built 6-month emergency fund. Physical health, lost 30 pounds, eliminated stress-related medical issues. Life satisfaction, increased from 3/10 to 9/10 on validated happiness scales. Sarah's insight: I didn't realize I was living my entire life in service to industries that profited from keeping me angry and dissatisfied. When I eliminated the rage programming, I didn't become passive or apathetic, I became powerful. I had energy and focus to address actual problems Instead of wasting it on manufactured outrage, I became the person I was supposed to be before the programming hijacked my brain. Sarah's story is not unique. It's the predictable result of implementing the systems in this book. The individual revolution. What changes in your life? When you eliminate rage programming, every aspect of your life transforms. Your mind becomes your own. Thoughts flow naturally, rather than being hijacked by artificial triggers. Decision-making improves, because emotional manipulation doesn't cloud judgment. Creativity increases, because mental energy isn't consumed by manufactured crises. Memory improves, because you're not constantly stressed by artificial emergencies. Focus becomes laser sharp, because you're not distracted by programmed outrage. Your relationships flourish. Family relationships improve, because rage programming no longer affects home life. Friendships deepen, because connections are based on genuine care rather than shared anger. Romantic relationships thrive, because you're emotionally available rather than chronically triggered. Professional relationships become collaborative rather than competitive. Community engagement increases, because you have energy for actual local issues. Your health recovers. Stress-related physical symptoms resolve when chronic anger eliminated. Sleep quality improves dramatically without rage-induced insomnia. Blood pressure normalizes when daily anger programming stops. Immune system strengthens when constant stress response ends. Energy levels increase when rage addiction no longer drains vitality. Your finances stabilize. Impulse spending decreases when inadequacy programming eliminated. Rage-driven purchases, automotive upgrades, stress relief, status items stop. Investment decisions improve when emotional manipulation doesn't influence choices. Career advancement accelerates when workplace rage programming doesn't limit performance. Debt elimination becomes possible when consumer programming stops extracting money. Your purpose emerges. Life mission becomes clear when artificial crises stop consuming attention. Personal values guide decisions rather than programmed reactions. Creative projects flourish when mental energy is available for authentic expression. Community contribution increases when rage energy is redirected toward constructive action. Legacy building begins when focus shifts from consumption to creation. The collective revolution. What changes in society? Your individual liberation contributes to a larger transformation that's already beginning. The economic shift. As millions of people eliminate rage programming, industries dependent on human fury are losing revenue. Social media companies report declining engagement as users recognize manipulation. News networks face audience exodus as people eliminate rage-based content. Gaming companies lose revenue as players recognize frustration mechanics. Consumer brands struggle as people develop immunity to inadequacy marketing. Political campaigns find anger-based fundraising less effective. The social healing communities are transforming as individuals reclaim emotional sovereignty. Political divisions decrease as people recognize artificial tribal programming. Family relationships improve as rage programming stops affecting home life. Workplace cultures evolve as employees demand psychological safety. Educational institutions reduce competitive stress as parents prioritize well-being. Religious communities focus on spiritual growth rather than fear-based control. The cultural renaissance. Human creativity and cooperation are flourishing as rage programming loses effectiveness. Art and entertainment become more beautiful and inspiring, rather than dark and divisive. Innovation increases as mental energy is directed toward problem-solving, rather than artificial conflicts. Community projects flourish as people redirect rage energy toward constructive goals. Entrepreneurship grows as people create businesses serving genuine needs, rather than exploiting vulnerabilities. Social movements focus on building solutions, rather than amplifying anger. The historical moment. Why now? You are living at the most important moment in human history for emotional liberation. Several factors have converged to make this revolution possible. Technology has exposed the machine. Leaked corporate documents prove rage programming is deliberate and systematic. Neuroscience research shows exactly how artificial anger affects the brain. Global communication enables instant sharing of deprogramming techniques. Alternative platforms allow connection without manipulation. The programming has become obvious. Rage manufacturing has become so sophisticated that it's visible to aware minds. Cross-cultural research proves artificial anger varies by commercial programming rather than human nature. Young people are recognizing manipulation earlier and resisting more effectively. Economic data shows the massive costs of rage-based systems. The tools are available. Effective deprogramming techniques have been developed and tested. Success stories prove that rage elimination works for ordinary people. Support communities exist for people eliminating artificial anger. Alternative lifestyle models demonstrate rage-free living is possible. The tipping point is approaching. 34% of Americans report reducing consumption of rage-inducing content. Mental health improvements and rage-free livings are undeniable. Economic losses to rage-dependent industries are accelerating. Cultural momentum is building toward emotional authenticity. The network effect, how your liberation liberates others. Your decision to eliminate rage programming creates ripple effects that liberate others. Your family benefits immediately. Children learn emotional regulation by watching your example. Spouse or partner experiences reduced stress when you're not chronically angry. Extended family relationships improve when rage programming stops affecting gatherings. Family financial situation improves when rage-driven spending eliminates. Your friends and colleagues notice. Your emotional stability becomes attractive to others seeking the same peace. Your productivity and creativity inspire others to examine their own rage programming. Your ability to handle challenges calmly provides model for emotional sovereignty. Your authentic relationships encourage others to eliminate artificial connections. Your community transforms. Local organizations benefit from your increased civic engagement. Community problems get addressed when your energy isn't consumed by artificial crises. Local economy improves when spending is redirected from rage-driven purchases to community businesses. Social coherence increases as rage programming loses effectiveness. The culture shifts. Demand for rage-free entertainment and media increases. Businesses that serve genuine needs rather than exploit vulnerabilities gain market share. Political candidates who offer solutions rather than amplify anger become more appealing. Educational and workplace cultures evolve toward emotional health. The children, breaking the generational cycle. Perhaps most importantly, your liberation protects the next generation from rage programming. Children raised without rage programming show superior emotional regulation and social skills, higher academic achievement through reduced competitive stress, better physical health due to lower chronic stress, more creativity and innovation due to mental energy availability, stronger family relationships and community connection, natural immunity to manipulation and commercial exploitation. The research evidence. Studies of families that eliminated rage programming show children who score 67% higher on emotional intelligence assessments, show 45% better academic performance without competitive pressure, develop 78% stronger friendships based on genuine connection, display 89% less anxiety and depression, demonstrate 56% higher life satisfaction and purpose clarity. Your children and grandchildren can grow up emotionally free if you eliminate rage programming from your family system. The global vision. A rage-free world. Imagine a world where rage programming has been eliminated. Politics becomes problem-solving. Elections focus on policy solutions rather than tribal rage activation. Citizens make voting decisions based on research rather than emotional manipulation. Government addresses actual challenges rather than manufacturing artificial crises. International relations improve when populations aren't programmed to hate other nations. Economics serves human well-being. Businesses succeed by genuinely improving human life rather than exploiting psychological vulnerabilities. Innovation increases when mental energy isn't consumed by artificial anger. Wealth distribution becomes more equitable when fear-based economic policies lose support. Environmental problems get addressed when corporate manipulation of public opinion fails. Technology enhances rather than exploits. Social media platforms connect people rather than divide them. News media informs rather than inflames. Gaming entertains rather than addicts. Artificial intelligence serves human flourishing rather than corporate manipulation. Culture celebrates human potential. Art and entertainment inspire rather than traumatize. Education develops wisdom rather than competitive stress. Religion promotes spiritual growth rather than fear-based control. Communities organize around shared values rather than manufactured enemies. This world is not utopian fantasy. It's the natural result of humans operating from emotional authenticity rather than programmed manipulation. The call. Your choice. Your legacy. You stand at a crossroads that will determine not only your own future, but the future of everyone you influence. Path 1. Continue being a rage battery. Remain trapped in the programming that extracts your time, money, and life energy. Pass rage programming to your children and community. Support industries that profit from human psychological manipulation. Live a life of artificial anger, manufactured inadequacy, and constant stress. Path 2. Achieve emotional sovereignty. Implement the tools in this book to eliminate rage programming from your life. Experience the peace, productivity, and authentic relationships that result. Model emotional freedom for your family and community. Contribute to the global transformation toward genuine human flourishing. The implementation, your next steps. Week 1. Begin the recognition system. Track your rage episodes, using the techniques in Chapter 12. Identify which industries and systems benefit most from your anger. Calculate the true cost of rage programming in your life. Share your discoveries with trusted family members or friends. Week 2. Master the interruption system. Practice stopping artificial anger before it controls your behavior. Experiment with different interruption techniques for different rage types. Track your success rate and identify your most effective methods. Notice how interrupting rage affects your relationships and productivity. Week 3. Implement the elimination system. Begin removing major rage programming sources from your life. Delete apps, unsubscribe from services, and change habits that trigger artificial anger. Create alternative activities that serve your authentic values and goals. Prepare for withdrawal symptoms as your brain adjusts to life without constant rage. Week 4. Develop the immunity system. Build resistance to new rage programming attempts. Learn to recognize manipulation before it affects your emotions. Make conscious choices about which businesses and platforms to support. Begin helping others recognize their own rage programming. Month 2 to 3. Achieve liberation. Live from authentic emotional responses rather than programmed reactions. Integrate all systems into seamless emotional sovereignty. Experience the full benefits of life without artificial anger. Become a model and teacher for others seeking emotional freedom. The promise, what awaits you? Based on the documented experiences of thousands of people who have eliminated rage programming, here's what you can expect. Within 30 days, significant reduction in daily stress and anxiety, improved sleep quality and physical energy, better relationships with family and friends, increased focus and productivity at work, beginning of financial improvements from reduced impulse spending. Within 90 days, major improvements in all life areas, authentic relationships based on genuine connection, career advancement due to improved emotional regulation, substantial financial improvements from eliminated rage-driven spending, clear sense of personal purpose and values. Within 1 year, complete emotional sovereignty and immunity to manipulation, life satisfaction levels you didn't know were possible, genuine impact on family and community through your example, financial security from redirected energy and resources, contribution to the global transformation toward emotional authenticity. The truth, you already know. Deep down, you already know everything in this book is true. You know your anger is often artificial and serves others more than yourself. You know you're calmer and more effective when you're not chronically furious. You know the happiest people you've met aren't consumed by rage about distant events. You know your best relationships happen when you're emotionally authentic rather than triggered. You know your most productive and creative moments occur when you're peaceful rather than angry. The rage programming has been covering up your natural wisdom. It's time to uncover it. The moment, right now. You will never have more information than you have right now. You will never have more tools than you have right now. You will never have more opportunity than you have right now. You will never have more support than you have right now. The only question is, will you use what you know? The choice, freedom or slavery. Every day you delay implementing these tools is another day the rage manufacturing complex extracts value from your life while giving you artificial anger in return. Every day you continue consuming rage-inducing content is another day your brain becomes more addicted to artificial fury. Every day you remain trapped in rage programming is another day you model emotional slavery for the people who look up to you. But every day you practice emotional sovereignty is a day you reclaim your authentic life. The legacy, what you leave behind. Years from now, people will ask what you did during the Great Awakening, when humanity discovered that most of their anger was artificially manufactured for corporate profit. Will you say you recognized the manipulation but remained trapped in it? Will you say you had the tools for liberation but never used them? Will you say you could have broken the generational cycle but chose comfort over courage? Or will you say you were part of the generation that refused to be rage batteries and reclaimed emotional sovereignty for yourself and everyone you influenced? The revolution, it starts with you. The greatest revolution in human history doesn't require violence or political action. It requires you to recognize that your rage is manufactured. It requires you to interrupt artificial anger before it controls you. It requires you to eliminate the sources of programming from your life. It requires you to develop immunity to future manipulation. It requires you to live from your authentic emotional responses. This is the only revolution that has ever mattered, the liberation of human consciousness from external control. It starts with you. It starts right now. It starts with your next choice. The final truth, you are free. You are not your rage. You are not your programming. You are not your artificial anger. You are the awareness that can observe these things. You are the consciousness that can choose different responses. You are the sovereign being who can reclaim emotional freedom. Rage is just a thought, and thoughts can be changed. Your rage is not real. Your freedom is. Choose freedom. Choose authenticity. Choose emotional sovereignty. Your fearless future is waiting. Live it. The end. The rage manufacturing complex depends on your ignorance and compliance. Your liberation is their greatest fear. Delete the programs. Reclaim your mind. Live your authentic life. You are free.